Hi guys, welcome to Soearth Studios, and here we're going to share with you some simple mindful art exercises. And today we're going to use the theme of the circle of life. Okay, so we started from outside and we collected some materials, and this is great because we can use our senses, all our senses, visual, smell, touch. So here we are, you can see here we brought some materials from outside. Natural materials, organic materials, all different shapes and sizes, all different textures, all different lines, observations that you can make with your natural materials. We have some feathers and leaves, and you can just collect them in lovely little baskets. You can bring them inside. Okay, so then we also have basic art materials, and you can see here we have pens, pencils, paint, tissue paper. And this is lovely to have before we start the exercise. So now I'm going to go through the basics of making this simple exercise. Okay, so the theme is circle of life. And simply we just need to use something that will help us make that circle. So here we are, we have a plate. Okay, and all you do is you just pop the plate down. And here I have a pen, and just simply go around the plate. There's no stress with this. Anybody can do this. And this helps us create a contained space in which to create some patterns. Okay, so where do we use the patterns? Remember I was saying about using natural materials from outside? So here we are. We have our bark and we can place them down so we can refer to them and observe them to help us create our circle of life. You can even go to the beach and find some shells, and it depends where you are and what you need. I can see a beautiful shell here and use that as well. So here we are, you can observe the textures, the shapes, you can even touch them as you're creating the art, which is lovely. Okay, so again, we're using all our senses, and that's why it's so mindful, it's really connected. So here we are, we've got a circle, and all we do simply is create an art piece from that. Now I'm going to actually use a thinner pen to get the detail in you want. So here we are, we've got our bark, and you can see that it's all jagged. So I'm going to start with a real jagged line, okay, within this circle. Jagged. Doesn't matter where it goes, it can go anywhere. So it's creating a pattern within the circle. Okay, so I went straight across. So here, you can see the shells. Got some lines here, isn't it? So I'm going to do, doesn't matter where it goes. You can overlap if you wanted to. And we've got our feather here. You can see the lines going this way, which is kind of interesting. So I'm going to do this. Okay. It's creating some really interesting shapes and patterns. Okay, and this coney piece has crevices, isn't it, all around. It feels kind of jagged as well. So I'm going to do some shapes like this. Okay, so simply anybody can do this, as I said. It's just not at all stressful, okay? And it's really connected. So once you have your pattern, and this can go on for minutes or hours even, you can keep going with it. As you have your pattern, you can use then your colours if you want to, or you could use your paint. Now, I'm going to actually start with paint because I actually like paint. And I'm just going to give some colour to my circle of life. Okay, so you can see all the different colours here. Now I'm going to be influenced by these browns to start with, I think. I'm going to use an ochre. Yellow ochre, this one's called. Now I'm going to you can either go over all the lines, or you can just do a section. I'm just going to do this section here. And as you're doing it, just be mindful of this connection you are with the brush, the movement of your hand. Really focus, and don't feel particularly worried about going outside the line or anything. It's just being in the moment, being present. This is what matters. It's not about what it's looking like. Don't make that judgment so fast. Just enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to use some really brighter colour here. I think I'm going to do this section here. That beautiful colour there. Okay, again, if it goes over the line, it does not matter because it'll make some interesting kind of shapes even if you did go over the line. It's beautiful. They actually look a little like teeth, don't they? Yeah, it doesn't matter. And things and thoughts might come to your mind. Oh, that looks like, I don't know, that looks like drips, or it could be anything. Keep going with other colours. I like that red, that's really nice. You can go. Watercolour's great because you can see through, you can see the lines even if you go over them. It's brilliant stuff. Now I'm going to actually mix media here. I've got my watercolour. Now I'm going to use some felt tip. Use a bright orange here. And you can maybe put dots. That's a bit of fun. You can use some white spaces. I'm going to use some different colours here. There's no rules, as I said. You just see how it goes. Lovely. So here we are. We finished our mindful art exercise, and as you can see, the circle of life has happened, and I'm pleased with it. It was enjoyable. Really enjoyed it.